When you turn on the television or higher the volume on the radio, there's always that person or group that you gravitate towards. Whether it's because you love their music, love watching their work, or just physically attracted to them, it is someone you end up looking up to, and maybe even end up mocking their actions. For example, when we see somebody like Kanye West rocking Yeezys, it's going to influence us to start rocking Yeezys. When we see someone as rich and successful as Drake singing about getting hoes and getting money, it might influence the younger generation just want to get hoes and get money. Just because the Martha Stewarts and Snoop Dogs of the world are telling us to smoke weed every day does not mean we should be blazing it up on the daily. According to Dr. Margie Wardell, research shows that role models have an amplified benefit for women due to gender biases, institutional barriers, and negative stereotypes women have long had to contend with across a wide swathe of professional domains. Unfortunately, when it comes to younger girls, they gravitate towards women who have the most money, the most successful, and the best bodies. These aren't the best characteristics to look at. When I think of someone that young girls gravitate towards because of all of those factors, I think of somebody like Kim Kardashian. Now, most of you know Kim Kardashian blew up because of her porn video that got leaked by her mother, purposely. And the pictures she posts on social media, most of the time are fake, and she's had a lot of plastic surgery done to her body. Now, two women that are the complete opposite of her. Miss Britney Spears, who went through a life-changing conservatorship and came out stronger than yesterday, and then somebody like Paris Hilton, who was sent to a boarding school and put into solitary confinement at just 17 years old. Seeing these two women be more than just a pretty face and a celebrity is really inspiring to see as a younger girl. Now, growing up, girls are always trying to find the best and coolest styles. Now, by doing this, you look at some of the wealthiest celebrities in the world and the most popular and what they're doing. But this isn't always the best thing to look up to. Honestly, they may make you feel worse about yourself, just like the Kardashians. According to young writer Cindy Burns, with these images and videos scattered all over social media platforms, many teens have begun to feel fat or not beautiful enough because of the photos shown of celebrities such as Kim Kardashian and Kylie Jenner. And the Kardashians are known for their nude selfies and bikini pictures all over Instagram. When they take so much time editing them and putting time into looking fake, there's just no reason to be looking up to these people. Though their money is real, their looks are definitely not. How can you look at someone that puts so much time and effort into being fake? Kim Kardashian said at the Met Gala that she spent weeks on weeks starving herself so she could fit into her Met Gala dress. What is that showing to young girls across the world who are working out personally as an athlete, who works out every single day to have the body that I have, that they're celebrities on television saying that they starve themselves and do all these terrible things to look the way they do? Now, I know what you're thinking. Bald Britney, Corey Hart, Paris Hilton are not role models. But just because they went through a terrible mental health crisis and partied as a teenager, that makes them that much more relatable and that much easier to look up to. Now, Britney Spears' mental health spiral caused her to be put into a 13-year-long conservatorship. According to BBC News, a conservatorship is granted by a court for individuals who are unable to make their own decisions, like those with dementia or other mental illnesses. Someone at the age of 27 years old, there's no reason for them to be put into a conservatorship just for having a mental breakdown. How many of you have had a mental breakdown? How many of us are in a conservatorship? Exactly. Now, the conservatorship was split into two separate parts. One was her estate and one was for her as a person, both controlled by her father alone. The conservatorship went on, like I said before, for 13 years. That is 13 years not her being able to make her own decisions in life and having one person control everything. Her work, her life, even having a kid. In a 24-minute passionate statement to the court, the 39-year-old opened the lens on the life she'd been living for the last 13 years. "I just want my life back," she said. "I'm not here to be anyone's slave." She also said, "I'm traumatized, I'm not happy, I can't sleep, and added, I'm so angry and I'm depressed. I cry every day." It took her 13 years to open up about this. Her father controlled her entire life, and she was unable to speak for herself for the last 13 years. Now, Though she's out of the conservatorship now for opening up and speaking up for herself, she did recently have a baby when she wasn't allowed to in the past, but unfortunately she did have a miscarriage, and even though she's out of the conservatorship, to this day it is still affecting her because she had a 13-year gap where she could have gotten married and had a kid but was not allowed to because she had an IUD forced inside of her all these years. And now that she's in her 40s, the chances of her having a kid have gone down. So even though she's out of the conservatorship, it is still affecting her life every single day. And seeing someone like Britney Spears come out of something like this after being in it for such a long period of time is inspiring to see for people that do have issues at home with their family. It might help them open up to their family and stand against the abuse they're receiving at home. Now, another strong woman that people look past as a role model is Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton, other than Spears, grew up with money, had a lot more finer things in life, which is why so many people were quick to look past the abuse she encountered at such a young age. Just like every other 17-year-old girl, she wanted to go out and party, but the life she had, they weren't just regular parties. Living in New York City, she was going to clubs, underage, drinking, partying, and her parents were tired of her immature behavior. She got sent to a mental and behavioral development school called Provo Canyon School, and she got pulled away in the middle of the night without knowing where she was going or what was happening. To this day, she still has anxiety going to sleep. She's having trouble sleeping all of these years later because of that one night she got pulled out of bed not knowing where she was going. When she got to the school, she said, "The staff would say terrible things. They were constantly making me feel bad about myself and bullying me. I think it was their goal to break us down. And they were physically abusive, hitting and strangling us. They wanted to instill fear in the kids so we'd be scared to disobey them." She didn't just go through severe abuse, she was also put into solitary confinement. For 11 months she was in this school getting physically, mentally abused. They washed her in the shower, they beat her if they tried to escape. She wasn't allowed to talk to anybody else. At just our age, 17 years old now. Instead of being in her senior year of high school, she was in a school getting abused. Now, once she finally got out of the school, she didn't let the abuse and trauma take over her life. Partying is what got her stuck into that school, but partying is also what got her the career of a lifetime. A lot of people think Paris Hilton's money is from her grandfather from the Hilton hotels, as we all know. But she spent a lot of work, time, and money getting her own DJ set and has worked at some of the biggest shows in the world, such as Coachella and Tomorrowland. She makes her own money and works tirelessly because of what she went through. She knows that nothing comes easy, and that's why she works so hard on her DJ set. So these two women obviously aren't perfect either. Britney Spears posts nude selfies, as we all know, and Paris Hilton has had a sex tape leak just like Kim Kardashian. But Britney Spears posts pictures in a different form that Kim Kardashian does. Britney Spears, when you read her captions, she posts them to increase body positivity. She knows she doesn't have that perfect body she used to have when she was 27, and she doesn't look the same way she does 13 years ago. But she posts these pictures to show it's normal not to have the perfect model body, as Kim Kardashian posts the pictures to make herself look good and make others down. A survey found that 80% of teen girls compare themselves to images they see of celebrities. Moreover, among those girls, almost half said that celebrity images make them feel dissatisfied with the way they look. Seeing someone like Kim Kardashian post pictures, putting so much time into those pictures, versus Britney Spears, who posts them to increase body positivity, just shows the difference between the two girls. So there is no such thing as a perfect role model, but there is the right role model. A young girl needs a strong woman to look up to. The person you look up to can persuade the choices that you make in life and in future endeavors. It may seem like a small part of someone's life, but role models can make a huge impact on the choices that you make and could be a huge positive influence in somebody's life. And that's why I think that it's important to have strong role models as a young girl.